Okay. Top 10 list number 6. Reduce the complexity of securing business information. That sort of sounds a lot like number 7 to me, so I don't think we're going to dwell on that too long. Let's move on to number 5. Build a collaboration environment quickly and easily. I got to tell you, you can get a basic SharePoint services site up running in a matter of less than 20 minutes. Maybe a whole lot less than that. I think you have to install .NET 2.0 framework as a prerequisite, and it's pretty much a snap to install it. You have to have IIS server running on your site, because at the end of the day this thing is a website, so you do need to have a web server up and going and have your Microsoft server configured that way. But it really is pretty much a snap to get this thing installed. Just a few minutes, some basic documentation, and you have a very basic SharePoint Services site. Now, if you have Small Business Server and did the install of that, there's a very good possibility you already have a SharePoint Services site up and running right out the gate, and it's called Company Web. But Company Web SharePoint is SharePoint Services, by the way. It's the same thing. It's got a different name, but it's the same thing, and it's got essentially the same functionality. Although I believe the current version of Small Business Server still has version 2 and not 3. So it is very, very quick to get up and going. And if you're happy and you can make some money with the out-of-the-box applications, then it's going to be very, very fast. Number 3, get users up to speed quickly. It is very intuitive, because it is an application. It's a website, point and click. The information is hyperlinked, is categorized. People have a view of only what they can see. So yeah, it's going to be fairly quick on how to train people how to use it. There's going to be a little bit more deep training involved as far as how do I if I'm in Word, how do I connect to a workspace and collaborate with team members on a particular document? It's not real tough, and it doesn't take that long really to train people how to do that, but there is some there is a learning curve right there. Number 2, easily manage documents and ensure integrity of content. And Microsoft goes on to say that there's enhanced document management capabilities, including the option to activate the required document checkout before editing, the ability to view revisions to documents and restore to previous versions, and control the set document and item level security. So I think enough said on the security features of SharePoint. Okay, that gets us down to number 1. Excuse me, I keep clearing my throat a lot because my allergies are really kicking up tonight. Okay. Improve productivity with easy-to-use collaborative tools. And so you're connecting people with information and the resources they need to do their job. You're doing it in a different way. All right? That's really the game here. You're doing it in a different and more efficient way. So now when documents get changed, supervisors, the owner can get an alert that this document's been changed, where you wouldn't even know that without SharePoint. Ways of communicating, including the blogs, the wikis, the discussion boards, all these kind of cool features. Is a new and electronic way. It's e-communication, but it's much more controllable, and it's a much more secure way of doing things. So this is kind of Microsoft's take on this thing. This is a great tool. Microsoft predicts that it's going to be a $1 billion industry, and all this groupware and collaboration tools that are coming out in the market, I think we're going to see a lot of stuff starting to integrate from the outside with SharePoint. And by that I mean Windows Live Meeting, which allows you to conduct discussions over the web as opposed to going to a client's office. Now, with the price of fuel being what it is, collaboration stuff is going to be a hotter and hotter technology. It's really setting it on fire. And SharePoint can really become the hub of all this. You can have a portal site for customers and clients and salespeople that can connect to SharePoint. Your customer relationship management software can connect to SharePoint. Your Office applications can connect to SharePoint. You can conduct meetings and that information can connect to SharePoint. So it becomes a central hub of your company data very, very quickly, and it's scalable. You can upsize from the SharePoint services to its big brother, Office SharePoint Server. You can do that. So, but this thing can go a long, long, long way. What you can do with the basic SharePoint Services server.